Hello, my name is Jeff Guy, and you might be able to tell. My plan for this video was to start building my town a bit and start with the house that I'm gonna actually be living in, because I just kind of have my bed out in the open over there. But I did get a little sidetracked, and I did defeat the Ender Dragon, which means I'm probably not the worst Minecraft player there ever was anymore. But I did not record the audio. I did record the video, but I'll just summarize it in a quick time lapse, and then we'll go exploring the end for a bit. I'll be right back. And now, not only do I have an Elytra and some fire rockets and some shulkers, I now am in the 1.21 update, which I am pretty excited for. So I've been gathering a bunch of copper, and I'm smelting up a bunch of copper. And over here, I'm actually smelting some stone because I'm going to get into the main reason for this episode, where, if you'll excuse me, I'm still getting used to the Elytra because I've never actually earned it in survival mode. I am preparing to start my first little building, and I'll be right back. And we are back, and I actually didn't get to record for a bit, so I've been making progress here and there. But I actually made a little more progress than I thought I would. As you can see, I've got a building over there, and I accidentally fell into some water. And it is... the problem I actually have with this is mostly that it's just one giant rectangle, but it does house a lot of villagers. Now, it took me a while to get these villagers in here, mostly because the villager breeding setup I had at the top of the mountain, all my villagers disappeared when I updated the game. So I actually had to grab some villagers from a nearby village over there. But I managed to eventually breed them up, and I got them all in there. And over here, I tried experimenting with a new roof. I feel like it looks better from the side than it does from the front. But if you'll go in here, you can see I've got a little living area here, and I've got a map of what will eventually be my town. And you can see the village I borrowed all the villagers from. And somewhere in here, I've got some music discs, because I actually visited the trial chambers and an ancient city where I got the other side. And it is really great music, and that's why I'm listening it to most times when I'm doing some work. And all the way over here, I actually have my blacksmith area. Now, I am definitely not done decorating this, but the furnaces will mostly be for show, and I plan on having a little area down below where I have a super smelter. And I've got some greenery over here. I'm planning, since this is a town, not a city, I want to incorporate some little areas for trees to grow in the midst of this little town. And I want to go back over here, actually, before I go back to my cavern. I'm planning on possibly making a factory in this Stony Shore, because I'm thinking it might be a lot of effort to actually remove all the stone and replace it with dirt. But the only thing with the factory is I'm about to show you over here. and I've just barely made that, is this little auto crafting thing here. If I place it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I get an iron block. That works because this has 8 blocks in here clicked. That gives it a value of 8. And then when this reaches a value of 9, this updates, and then it sends a signal all the way to the crafter, which then fires it. The problem with the factory is that I need to get items in there in a certain order to actually be able to craft the right items. And I'm not actually sure how to do that. One more thing before I end the video for today is I've got an iron farm. And I actually managed to get the villagers in here before they disappeared. And I actually had to put the villagers in again when they did disappear. But as you can see, I've got the villagers in there, and this iron farm is way more efficient when you put it underground. And I think it is definitely worth it with the extra effort it does to make a little area and shove them in the holes underground. And as you can see, it is decently efficient. The only problem is 1 or 2 times that an iron golem occasionally spawns in this little area, but it doesn't end up happening all that often. And I think that is all I've got for this video. I'm mainly looking for suggestions on new buildings to build and how to detail some of these buildings a bit. And I definitely plan on improving this coastline pretty soon, because I'm just not happy with how this coast is looking. I mean, I'm not saying my terraforming is awful, but I feel like I gotta add something. Some sort of wall or something to give it a little more structure. And I think that's all I got. Remember to leave a comment if you like the video, maybe drop a like, and goodbye.